I tell you, it's wonderful to be here, and we have, this is a wonderful town hall meeting that we're going to be having. We have special guests as well that are here with us that are going to be sharing with us some of what they do as well. So I'm going to just ask, before we go any further, I'm just going to ask Prophet Rowe, the man of the house, just to welcome everyone. So we have BCIC, Prophet, we have Victoria Mutual, and we have from the Ministry of Transport and Mining here in the house. So,
I believe they should be here with us.
Oh, you want them
yes.
to have them chairs? Also, please get our guests up here, then we can have them. I was going to make sure they have the mic to talk to us.
Just put the chairs up in between.
We'll just invite them up on the stage to be with here as well. So the man of the house says he wants our special guest to be right here with us sitting down. And so please accommodate them. Somebody from BCIC, someone from Victoria. So let me get a representative from BCIC and from Victoria Mutual just to be here with us, please. So thank you so much, Clarina. We have them here. I'm going to ask President Newman just to introduce everyone here. Then I'm going to ask our prophet just to say welcome to us. So just ask Mr. Newman just to introduce our guests that are here with us this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pusey. Good afternoon, everybody. Let me see the hands of those who were here last week, Wednesday. Good. You bring your friend and your neighbor.
Woo.
Right.
Yes.
Let me see the hands of those who are here on Sunday. What a blessing. See Sunday coming, bring your neighbor. It's nice, yeah, so. What them say? Are you so nice? Before I introduce my team to you, if I can remember their names, I want to just say something to you. This is what? This is the honey? Yeah, sure, this is the honey. Yesterday, I had several meetings. I don't remember if I have breakfast in the morning, but don't kill me, Prophet, don't kill me now. At about 2 o'clock, I have another meeting. But I don't like to go out and eat. Because something I eat from, anything can happen. So I thought I would have a Red Stripe beer. Because my grandmother said, Red Stripe bust the gas. 25 minutes later, I decided I'm going to not call Sir Pusey to come for me, but to take a walk, take a stroll into New Kingston and catch a cab because they don't charge me not use a cab. They just take me home. And I found out that I couldn't walk. After about 10 minutes walking, I just couldn't go further. And I thought I would sit down on a wall, but I saw a bad man sitting down. So I said, Father God, carry me a little further. So I went across the pedestrian, it's Dominica Drive, over to the New Kingston Shopping Center. So I said, reaching the middle of the road, I said, I must go over the walk, what do you call it, pedestrian. So I go over, and I hold on to the building, and I went inside, close to the security decks, and I sat down. Cut the story short. He came and picked me up, took me home. I felt so sick. People say, go to the doctor. No. My vice president said, take the honey. And when I took the honey with some ginger tea, I said to him, dead or alive, me don't be a pen tomorrow. Put your hands together, man, I'm here. I blocked out in New Kingston, but I'm here today. The honey is good. Don't left yours. You want to take it with water, take it with tea, whatever you take it with, take the honey. When I go home, I'm going to take some more because I might be in Montego Bay tomorrow morning. Well, he would advise me and my team if I should go, but I'm going to take the honey again tonight. The honey. All right. With me, I told you last Wednesday that we are coming back here with full force because the government is looking to us to promote the Road Traffic Act, new one, the one that has a number of ditches in it. And people like me who chat enough make up a lot of noise about it. But before I make up any noise, I need to talk to you about it. But I have with me some persons here who talk more than me. They might look a little quiet now, but they can chat a whole lot. The insurance we talked to you about last week, Prophet talked to you about. Remember that insurance thing? We brought the lady who is in charge of the largest insurance company in the Caribbean, the British Caribbean Insurance Company, here.
Woo! Yes.
Hands together. That's Miss Campbell. But we're not tell her our secret, you know. Right? With the insurance. But she's here. When you finish, you can go talk to her out there. She might have some good things to give you. Beside the nice lady, we have, you know, as you hear about an accident, you hear how much dead today, how much dead tomorrow, how much dead this year, how much dead last year. We have the highest information officer in the Ministry of Transport and Mining, Mr. Matthews, with us here to tell us. He can tell you right now how many persons die since the start of the year in Clarendon, what age, male or female, and anywhere across Jamaica. This is a man with the statistics from the Ministry of Transport. A round of applause. This nice lady beside me, she wants to find Mr. Newman. So when I introduce myself to her, she doesn't pay me no mind.
Old man.
Because I look old. Yes. So I said to her, I am the old man with a new name. So I'm happy to have her. I will forget her name just now because, you know, they have a large team of the Victoria Mutual Building Society, but her department is VM Pension. Every one of you inside here need to talk to her. Taximan, busman, wife and husband, pedestrian, talk to this lady and then bring an ugly man beside him. Right? They're going to talk to you about pension. Enough taximan did a road and me walk and look money to bury them. Sir Pusey can tell you. Can't bother with that. Because I cannot come into the house of the prophet and say, when a member die, we have to go search and find money to bury you. Not a bit of that. And that is why he told the man this morning that he can't do it again. From the April, you know, or Easter. That will happen. That is why you must come and church and bring your family to church next week Wednesday. Everybody from the family must come to church next week Wednesday. We have a lot of information for you. We had some giveaways earlier on, but at this time, I want to welcome them. I shouldn't be doing the welcome, do I know? Because, you see, you have a prophet here. God bless him. love him, take care of him, but most of all, don't leave him alone. Before I sit down, before I ask him to welcome us here, let me make it very clear. 2023, Mr. Matthews, I said it before, we must have a reduction in deaths on our road. We must have a reduction in the bloody streets across Jamaica. We have to pray hard. We have to do whatever we can do to have a reduction in carnage on our roads. My team, Tods, will do everything in our powers, every day, every night, speaking to you, because we want you to be safe on our streets. Those who drive, please remember your neighbor. Not for labor, but for life. You know the thing go say, your neighbor, tell your neighbor about labor or something like that. Tell your neighbor about life on our roads. I close by thanking you. You'll hear my voice again, but right now, did I leave with someone? Over to Prophet. Okay. Prophet, over to you. Thank you.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. We're giving the Lord thanks to be here, and all of our associates that will take part in this noble atmosphere and this wonderful meeting that we put together this afternoon. We want to contribute towards the well-being of the Taxi Association, also the civil society, civil servant. Example, the police officers, the nurses, teachers, even lawyers, doctors, firemen, the warders, all of these persons who risk their life to take you home, to contribute towards your well-being, and to make Jamaica a better place. We know the Taxi Association is under pressure. Most of our drivers don't own a taxi. They drive for someone else. The owner of the taxi is also under pressure. Parts is very expensive. Insurance is high. And all these things that we have to put in place. So my input towards this meeting is that we need to make society a very comfortable zone and a happy place for taxi drivers. Taxi drivers not supposed to be in any haste to carry your children to school, or carry your mother to the hospital, or carry anyone to work in the morning. They're under pressure because they have to meet the means of the owner of the vehicle to pay the payment when evening come or weekend come. They have to also make effort to make money to pay insurance and all those things, buy parts. And because of this, many cars is on the street, front end parts need every engine mount and these things because they don't have enough money to afford these parts. So they're driving a car that don't fully equip to drive on the road. So we want to contribute towards the Taxi Association by getting the insurance company at a level that they can afford. Also open a auto parts company affordable auto parts company that they can afford. I also want the Taxi Association, all the members, to also be a member of this team. That means money or no money, you still can achieve your parts, fix your car, and get it workable to drive on the street. We have already contacted a friend of us in Dubai that will assist us with €100 million to contribute towards this master event. We know it may be a little drop in the bucket, but hope it can bring us very far.
Amen.
Thank you so much, my prophet. I realized when you said €100 million and to start an insurance company, BCSC just looked over her glasses and she's not wearing any glasses, so I can tell you that she make note of that. This is a testament to what this church is doing. It could bring the community together like this. Come on, clap your prophet, your leader. Look inside. I can tell you that Minister Shaw was supposed to have been here. He has sent his apologies because of what's happening in Parliament now, and he has sent his greetings to the church. So, welcome greeting on behalf of Minister Shaw, Minister of Mining and Transport. And if you look on the corridor outside, you'll see that there are some tables with supplies. So listen, before you go, you're going to visit BCIC booth outside there. You get a lot of information as to your insurance, both for your car and things in your house. All of that can be done. So please, I want you to understand. Let's welcome the JCF here and our senior soup and his guests. They're here with us. SSP Carlos Russell is here, and you'll introduce the other. Thank you so much, sir. And you talk about community policing. Here the community is out and the police. Give them a round of applause again, I mean, because they come in our midst and they're here, and that's why we're here. So the banks are here. Victoria Mutual is here to talk to us about pension. And again, they have their pamphlets and brochures outside. You'll get those. And listen, you can start your pension from this church. You can start your own little pension as a private citizen, without, even if you're self-employed, that when you retire, you have something coming in. And that's why they're here. So you have VM is here, BCIC is here, and I'm just going to allow them to just a couple of minutes just to introduce themselves and say what they have. And then we're going to move to the Ministry of Transport and Mining that our young man will give us some statistics. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the new Road Traffic Act. And, some of it is very, very daunting and difficult. And we want to hear from Senior Soup just what they're experiencing out there since the new Road Traffic Act. And just to give us some more information that we will understand how to navigate this act, both as commuters and drivers on the road. Amen? Amen. So without further ado, I'm just going to ask BCIC just to tell us a little bit about some of what they have that we can get here, even as church members, as members in the community, as people who work, people who have businesses that are here, part of the church, hear from BCIC in just a couple of minutes. Go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. How are you? I'm Corleen Campbell.
Currently, put my mic right here more, Curleen, so we can hear
Not
you.
the one in charge, as Mr. Newman would lead you to believe, but I'm an avid player on the sales team. Now, we're a general insurance company. We've been talking about our public passenger vehicle operators, and that's what we've been focusing on. And what we're offering in that space is up to 60% discount to all operators. We are one of the companies who recognize that a lot of times when you are involved in a motor vehicle accident, there is no benefit for the driver, and so we do have our policy contribute towards medical expense. We also contribute personal accident. God forbid that the accident is fatal. There is a contribution there. Now, I could go on the list, but I was asked to be short. What I will say is that our table is over there. We are here we have information that you can come and get from us. And we are here to help you to be able to afford better insurance at cheaper cost. And not only that, what we've also done is to allow you to pay in small portions. So you have 11 months to pay. So you buy a policy for 1 year, and you pay for January, February, March, April, May, all the way to November monthly. So as you earn, you pay. So that's how we are showing up for you. We know times are hard, so you need insurance. It's a must. So what we've done is we've made it affordable, and we've made payments easy. All right, so my team is over on the outside, and they can share more information with you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, BCIC. So please avail yourself of the information. You can insure your bed in your house. You can insure your house. You can insure everything. Perhaps the cow you have tied outside here. She'll tell you more about that when you go outside. Listen, and now we have Victoria Mutual, who was changed and new, and you can start an account so easy at Victoria Mutual. You can use their ATM, I think, without no charge and stuff like that. So, and they can tell you even about their pension. So I'm going to ask VM just to say a few words to us as well, telling us about what they have, mortgages and all these things. They can get that through the church right here. So the booth is outside, and you will join them. Go ahead, VM.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. He has done such a wonderful job of introducing VM. I don't even need to speak. You sound like you have a VM account. You have a VM account?
Yes, man. Me a long time in a VM.
From you a little bit.
From me a little bit of
Prophet,
boy.
do you have a VM account, Prophet?
Yes.
Excellent.
Prophet rich.
That's what I like to hear. Prophet look rich.
Oh, God.
So that's why I have to make sure
bless
they
the Lord.
have a VM account.
You see soup? Look on
I see
soup.
soup.
You talk about Prophet.
Soup? You have a VM account, Soup? Soup, you need to check me, Soup. Come on, you're in good company.
Soup on the spot.
You're in good company. Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. So my name is Alexia Campbell. I am a part of the VM group. I'm located at the VMBS Maypen branch. And so I am here representing for VM today. Let me see the hands of everybody who knows Victoria Mutual. Excellent, I like that. I ask this question everywhere I go because I love to see the hands go up. You love VM, don't it? Yes, I love VM too. And as you can see, we are brand new. We've changed our colors and our logo to make ourselves a lot more visible out there. We're one of the oldest financial institutions in Jamaica. And as our lovely host mentioned, we give away a lot of free over at VM. So you maintain your account for?
Free.
No, man, no, talk up. You maintain your account for?
Free.
You use your VMBS debit card anywhere for?
Free.
Yes. And so if you don't have one, we encourage you to get one. And VM is not just a bank. We are a group of companies. As you heard from Lady BCIC, BCIC is one of our affiliate companies as well. So we're in everything. Whatever it is that you need, if it's insurance, if it's pension, property services, whatever you can think of, we have it at VM. And we are happy to share in events such as these, as we are big on community and we are big on financial education. So we want all of you who don't save formally to open an account. And everybody who doesn't have a pension, you should get one. Children are not a good pension. Some of them grow up and forget about the parents. Children are not a good pension. So you need to start putting aside a little something for yourself, okay? You don't want to fully depend on them. I'm not saying all of them stay body, you know, because some of them will take care of mommy and daddy. But you do have those who either are unable to do it or they just grow up and forget that mommy did work hard and sell around the market to send them to school, right? So you want to ensure that while you're taking care of them, you're taking care of you as well. So you want to squirrel away a little something on the side, man. Put it in a saving account. Put it in a pension scheme so it can earn something for you. So that when you are older and you're unable to go around to the market or down to the office or wherever it is that you work, you have a little change coming in. You don't have to depend on anybody. Let me see the hands of those who like to depend on people. Nobody. Everybody wants to turn their own key and put on their own pot, right? So we want to ensure that you have this financial independence going into your golden years. So the pension scheme, it's for everybody. If you don't have one, talk to us. Get yourself one. Thank you.
Thank you so much for putting hands together for VM. And that's why we're here. That's what we do. Heave near as a church. Now, there's a young man that I'm going to just ask to just stand when he speaks, because he's going to give us some facts that I think perhaps will blow your mind. And he's going to be telling us about what's happening into the statistics on our roads. So from the Ministry of Transport and Mining, I just want him to stand, introduce yourself, and just speak to us about what's going on our roads across Jamaica and also in Clarendon.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Dante Matthews. I'm the Education and Information Officer at the Road Safety Unit in the Ministry of Transport and Mining. Now, the Road Safety Unit seeks to promote and foster a safe traffic environment for all road users. Now, my responsibilities include communication, so coming to events like this, public expos and other public events, education in schools. And I'm happy to be here. Actually, I had to change the date for a school visit that I was supposed to have today because I decided I'm going to be here in Clarendon.
Wow. And what a welcome in Clarendon.
So I just want to give you some information as it regards to road fatalities, because it's very serious, people. We're losing too many people on the nation's road network. Last year, we lost 488 persons, close to 500. That's 488, too much. This year, so far, we have lost 82 persons. And when we look at the corresponding period last year, we lost 89. So even though we're trending down by just under 10%, it's still 82 lives, too much. Yes. Now, last year, Clarendon ranked number 6 in terms of the parishes and the fatalities, with 37 deaths. This year, Clarendon recorded so far 7 deaths, road deaths basically. And when we look at the gender, out of the 7 now, 1 female and 6 males. So that tells us that we're losing fathers, sons, brothers, breadwinners in the family, and it's very serious. When we also look at the fatalities, we're realizing that the top 3 causes, or the main causes, speeding, with no regards to conditions. So whether it's dry, whether it rains, people are speeding. Overtaking improperly. Pedestrian walking or running out into the road. And that brings me now to the top 3 categories. And the number 1 category, motorcyclists. Last year they accounted for over 140 deaths out of the 488, followed by pedestrians, which had over 100, and then we had private motor vehicle drivers, which accounted for over 90, or over 80, sorry. So it tells us, and it's the same when we look at the categories for this year, out of the 82 that we have recorded, it's the same 3 categories. So it means that we have to educate these persons, and a part of the unit's mandate is to go to schools. As I mentioned, I was supposed to go to a school today. We go to schools. Just last October, we were in schools, primary schools in the parish, because we actively go to schools to educate children, because we have to start with them from as early as possible to teach them road safety, how to cross the road properly. And we did some schools in Clarendon last year. From the top of my head, we did Hazard Primary, Mineral Heights, Osborne Store. I'm trying to remember, I think it was 4 parts, or Yorktown, one of them. We did Crooked River. And, we still have more because we can't cover all the schools in a month. But our focus for Clarendon last year, October, was Clarendon. And we're still open to going to other schools. So if any teachers are in this room or any principal and you want us to come to your school, you can reach out to us. We also go to companies. So companies sometimes invite us to talk to their fleet of drivers about road safety. There are a lot of things that persons don't know. Even when we go to the schools and we ask them, how do you cross the road? When you hear what they say, you can't believe. They tell you they look up and down. Or they tell you they look left, right, then left, when actually it's to look right first, then left, then right. And it's a reason why we look to the right first. And it's because in Jamaica, we drive on the left side of the road. So when you're standing like this and looking to your right, that's the left lane that's closest to you, and it's the first lane, or that's the lane that can hit you if you step out into the road without looking. So I just want to implore everyone inside this room to be safe road users, whether you ride, you drive, you walk. Look out for each other on the road and encourage others to be the same. Be our brother's keeper and reach home safe. So when you leave home, your intention is to get home safely. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're not going to belong, but listen, the government, hear me carefully, church, and members of this community, the government said to us that they're looking to tweak the new Road Traffic Act. So in these town hall meetings, based on the feedback that we get from everyone, we will then put that into a draft to the government, and they will consider the things that are bothersome or troublesome in the act, and they will do perhaps some kind of change. So we're looking forward to you asking for the mic and asking questions or making a concern to the members of these panels here to say, I hear about the Road Traffic Act. This particular thing is bothersome to me. I would love to see that change, or is a suggestion I have. So if you have those suggestions, you can say. If you have a question, you can ask. The police are here just to answer those questions. So we're going to move into the question and answer, but I'm going to ask Senior Soup or the officer here just to speak to us a bit about the new Road Traffic Act, the challenge that they're having in the communities. What is that the police expect of us in terms of users of the road, you know, and how we can help, how we can become a better community. I know Senior Soup want to make sure that his division is the best in every way, shape, or form, and that's why he's here, so we can ask that. So we're going to spend the time, we're going to spend a little time in here, then you're going to go to the different booths outside to get more information, as Prophet will eventually go to talk to other persons. So in a short while, we will break up from here and we go outside and we get more information. Those who need to go to the Prophet, go to the Prophet, but remain in your seat. So we're going to have some more information coming from the police officers. We're going to allow Senior Soup now to speak.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carlos Russell, Superintendent of Police. I'm the commanding officer for the Clarendon Division. First, I just want to thank Mr. Edgerton Newman for inviting us here this afternoon. You know, it is a consultative meeting, read the new Road Traffic Act. And as you know, they say the only thing constant is change. And from time to time, we'll always have changes as it relates to our laws. And a new Road Traffic Act was just recently rolled out. And the intention is to curb some of the misdeeds that are happening on our streets. I know Mr. Pusey just mentioned the fatalities that are happening in the country. And for Clarendon here, we have been having our fair share of fatal crashes. For last year alone, we have 33 deaths. And since the start of this year, we have had 8. We have seen fatal crashes in town centers. Just imagine a town center where vehicles are supposed to be traveling no more than 30 miles per hour. But yet still you have accidents that are claiming lives of persons. So it just shows the speed at which some of our drivers are driving. And you know, the new Road Traffic Act in itself cannot curb what is happening out there. It has come down to individual discipline. There has to be some form of change, some culture change. You know, Jamaicans are known for their aggressiveness. And it also comes out in the way we drive. I'm driving on the road sometimes, and I'm seeing persons overtaking me. By the time I look for pull to the side, persons are undertaking me. This is the way we drive on the road. And we don't care about the next man. And you know, I don't want to pick on the taxi people, you know, Mr. Newman. I don't want to pick on them. But, you know, I don't know if some of the taxi man them go to some school, some special driving school. But they seems to be the worst in the town centers. Them stop anywhere. So you're driving behind a taxi, and somebody just comes and wave there as a taxi, and they just stop right there in the Mickle Road. They no matter how much road is there, how much sidewalk for them to pull over, them no feel for them to pull over. And no matter how much you blow and blow and blow, and them tell you about all different type of class. So I'm just saying that the Road Traffic Act in itself will not change behavior. It must be us as an individual decide to change how we drive and how we operate on the street. And we must be considerate of the next person. Now I'm saying to drivers that are here, slow down. It may take you another 20 minutes to reach your destination, but it is better to reach than not to reach. So, we know that the new fines are hefty, because I hear some persons speaking about the fines. But there had to be some change. You know, and I know that they are working on the systems to ensure that when persons get ticket, that they have to pay. Because when you go to the tax office now to do any form of transaction, then that red flag will come up to say that you have these outstanding tickets. So all of these taxi men will have them 800 tickets outstanding and who owe much millions of dollars. It will not work. So I'm saying to persons, ensure that you comply and conform with the rules of the road. Ensure that you conform with the rules of the road. The rules are there to ensure the safety of you and the other road users. There are a lot of children that are going to school and they want to go and reach home alive. There are too much deaths on the road. And several other persons who are left paralyzed or crippled because of accidents. So we have to obey the rules. That's all we're asking for of you. All right, so I'm saying to my taxi friends that are here and the drivers, obey the road code. And please, if you drink, don't drive. If you drink, don't drive. And if you're caught, you will be arrested. So we have a traffic man here. And I want you to meet Sergeant Richards. He is the officer that is in charge of traffic for the Clarendon Division. So he's the enforcement officer. So he'll ensure that all the persons who are not conforming to the rules, that you will be getting some of those hefty tickets. And I know that most of you don't want them tickets there, you know. They are very hefty. So, conform, comply, and you will not be ticketed. That's all we are asking. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senior Soup. Now we have the real traffic man here. And the questions, we wanted to ask some questions. And sir, what I want to ask is there was a controversy about the seat for children and baby seat. Right. My understanding is the car seat right. So my understanding was that the government had relaxed that position for a moment. Is it that the officers are prosecuting for those who don't have those seats? Can you explain to us what's happening there?
Right. Good evening, everyone. Robert Richards is my name, as you have told. Right. In relation to the car seat, that act has been relaxed. So I don't believe any of you here or taxi operator, if you are in the midst, will be alarmed. It has been relaxed and it is being looked at, so we cannot prosecute for it just now.
Thank you very much. Another question I love to ask is, I know there is a change, you know that little line when you come like to the stoplight or to a stop sign where there's a white line, and I think now if you breach that white line now, it's a breach. It might have been a breach before, but some of those white lines, sir, are not properly marked. Is it that we are, what happens when the line is not marked, that you can't see it properly? How is the police treating that particular line whether it's a stop line or a stoplight or a stop sign or intersection? Those little lines, they perhaps edge a vehicle over it. What's the posture of the police where that is concerned?
Okay, in relation to that line, the pedestrian crossing or zebra crossing, as it is known for, when you are approaching that line, you should stop without crossing the line. If the line or the pedestrian crossing is in use, then motorists should observe that. Or if persons standing at the zebra line, you might see them indicate by the raise of a hand, indicating that they want to cross the road. What you should do as a motorist is approach the line carefully, stop behind the line. If it is that you go across it and encroach on the pedestrian crossing, you will commit an offense. You will be prosecuted, and the fine is very hefty, I can tell you.
Thank you very much. I want you to raise your hand if you're going to ask a question. I'm going to say something else, and then please, if you have a question, I'm going to ask you the sore, listen guys, listen up, the vexed problem of cell phone and cell phone use. No, it is the most difficult thing, Soup, just to even remember, tell you the honest truth, so I've been guilty, that I know now that, my understanding now that we cannot use our cell phones while driving. It is very, very difficult. Is it for all the passengers in the car? Is it just for the driver of the car? And can you have the phone in use, but on a stand or something? What's the law now around cell phone in the car? Can you use it with your AirPods, or you can't use it at all while you're driving?
Okay, good question. Right. For passengers in the car, and I'm not referring to the driver, he's also a passenger, but I'm referring to other passengers. They are quite fine using their cell phone. It affects the driver. That law affects the driver. Now, once you're using an electronic device as a driver, you should use it hands-free, meaning you must not have any contact with the phone or any electronic device. It's hands-free. It should be connected through the radio or an AirPod. Once you touch that phone or any electronic device, you commit an offense. So if your cell phone ring Bluetooth it through your radio so that you don't have to touch it. You can also use some cars modernized where you have this button on the steering. It can use through it also. So you can use different means other than touching it. It's $40,000.
Whoa. I wonder if you hear that. That costs more than some of the... When I use banger here, so still, remember? Pop up. Remember pop up? So the phone is... So you hear the fine, and even if it's not that amount, if it's even $1, it's too much. Amen? So that's the kind of fine that we have. I know we have some questions. If you have any questions, please. And I know that our concerns, just let me see your hands raised so we can get the what about the seat belts? The driver, am I responsible for the other members of the car? If I am driving my car, I have some passengers in the car. I have on my seat belt, but they don't have on their seat belt. Who paid the fine? Am I responsible, sir?
In this case, unfortunately, the driver will pay the fine. No, the driver, right, it's the driver that pays the fine. Right, the driver is responsible for his passengers, and he should ensure that his passenger wears the seatbelt. If he fails, he commits an offense, and he should also wear the seatbelt. He will pay for both himself if he's not wearing it, and this passenger if they are not wearing it. So he should ensure they are wearing the seatbelt.
Wow, I see a hand up there. Somebody's on the back there. The mic is going to come around, so we're going to see you. So the gentleman in the back, go ahead. Just ask your question, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, Sarge. Good afternoon. At a stop sign, how many seconds do you have to stop before you can move off?
Did you say stop sign?
Yes, sir. Stop sign. Any stop sign.
No, it didn't give you an amount of time. What should happen is that when you approach a stop sign, once you observe the road is clear or it is safe to proceed, then you can move because there's not a time limit if there is something coming from the next side. Right, so you should stop. Once the wheel stop rolling, then it's considered you will stop.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I see another hand somewhere. There's a young lady in the front here. And before, as you come to this young lady, I'm going to ask you, Senior Soup, I'm going to ask you a question, Senior Soup. And as you come, there's a young lady, just keep your hand up so we can see so the mic can get you. Senior Soup, I am from Kingston, and there is some places in Kingston where it is detrimental to my health, sir, and my life if I stop there at 2 o'clock in the morning. I see somebody saying that they got a ticket at 3 a.m. down on Walter. I don't know if I want to stop on Walter at 3 o'clock in the Soup. So is there any kind of discretion that the police use and I come to a place but I look down Grand Spend, nothing now come, sir? Is that there is, I know this is an offense, but how does the police treat me driving at some particular places in Jamaica where I don't want to stop at flankers, you know, the hours of the night at some place in a Maypen, sir? I just want to ask Senior Soup. Let me ask Sweet. Put him on the spot. You hear the clapping, sir? So no, it's a touchy point. Senior Soup, how was the posture of the police? What would you be advised to this wonderful young lady driving in the night at the intersection, sir? Should...
Well, I cannot give any permission for anyone to break the law. But if I'm driving at 2 a.m. and there is nobody on the road at a certain time, and I'm a female, then I will ensure that I protect myself. Let us put it that way.
You hear him? He said, ladies, please protect yourself. He did not advise you to break any law whatsoever. It's a young lady, and I know I'm going to get to Mr. Newman, I know you have comments. It's a young lady in the front somewhere. Just you can stand and just ask your question. Go ahead.
Why
Put the mic right to your mouth so we can hear you.
What I'm asking is, like, if you don't have an insurance on you, the fee is 20,000, right? And if you have the cell phone, why is it supposed to be 40,000?
If you don't have your insurance,
yes, you get charged.
It's 20,000.
Yes.
And why the cell phone are 40,000? No people have cell phone, government make more money. Sorry, that's not the answer. I don't mean that. I don't mean that, but go ahead. I don't know if the officers can answer that. You have yes. Is another mic?
The traffic officer said that the fine for, what was it again? It's $40,000. It's really 10,000. I will check it again for this 10 for the right. But I understand your point, my dear. Believe me, when you're leaving the house in the morning, you not forget to sell your phone, you know. And if you reach pathway and you forgot your phone, you're going to turn back for it, don't it? Me I beg you know. Your license, your insurance, your fitness certificate, which one again? Your registration. Make sure you have all of them, especially if you're a taximan or a busman, because my friends come after a taximan and busman faster than how you come after a private citizen, don't it?
No, I'm not assume that.
I suit me at all.
but sorry.
Very serious though.
Go ahead, Sir Newman.
Very serious. Please take with you your car papers just like how you take your phone. You can't leave my phone, you know. So please, and that will prevent you from paying that 40,000.
Let me ask you this, sir.
20.
So Newman, are you saying that before, I know if you're on the road and you don't have your driver's license, you had like 5 days to produce it. You're saying no, if you don't have the driver's license on you, it's an offense and you'll be charged? Is that what you're saying?
It's an offense.
It's an offense. Immediately, that little machine on the waist of the officer will come active and you get a ticket.
So is it just a ticket? What if you have a copy like on your phone, that most people have a copy on their phone, sir? If I have a copy on my phone, would that suffice?
That's not a production. If the law said produce,
yes.
If you have it on your phone, we cannot show that it is authentic. But we can check. And if we check and it is not authentic, then you'll have an offense at you.
So what will happen if I actually practically, I drove out because I had on this pants and I changed the pants and the thing was in there and I drive out by accident. And I reach on the road and I don't have my license on me. What practically will happen there when the police stop me?
No, what the new Road Traffic Act said, you must produce it.
It says failure to produce.
It did not say
failure to produce.
But on your phone, if it is on your phone, then we don't consider that produce because we don't have the physical driver's license.
So would I be detained at the moment until it can get to there, or are you going to give me a ticket?
No, we'll have to read some more in the act in order to get the understanding. But what you are saying in relation to the driver's license on your phone, then we don't get that as yet. Okay. So we'll have to read some more into it in order to come up with something like what they are saying.
Don't say anything on that?
No, I was saying, so the act speaks to failure to produce the driver's license.
Speak right into the mic.
Failure to produce, but there's also another part in the regulations that speak to not having a driver's license at all. So for example, let's say you have a driver's license to operate a private motor car, but you are found driving a truck. You don't have a driver's license at all. You're not licensed to drive that truck, and you can be fined for that also. I think that one is the 40,000. Yes. That one is the 40,000.
That one is 40,000.
The failure to produce, I think, is the $2,000. Yeah.
So you understand that? If you have your car, and your husband having big truck, and you find yourself in a Maypen, license to drive the truck in a trouble.
Let me just add that also aiding and abetting somebody not having a driver's license and driving your vehicle is a fine also.
Wow. So please, everyone, please make sure you have your driver's license on you at all time, like your cell phone. Because if you don't have it on you, it means that's an offense. And it's not like one time. So the new Road Traffic Act is saying you need to have, everybody knew that? You need to have a clap, man. We're getting more information here. You need to make sure you have your driver's license on you every time you go into that vehicle and every time you go on the road. It's very, very important.
And a bit of clarity, Mr. Pusey. There are some persons inside here who you own the car, right? You own the taxi, but you give me if you drive. and you don't even know if I have a driver's license. I'll tell you a story quickly in a minute. A young lady bought a bus, and a young man found out that she bought the bus, and he wanted the bus to drive. Go to the lady house, knock on the grill. The lady come out and say, you know, the courtesies. Say, me a driver, I'm gonna like drive your bus. He said, sure, you have driver's license. The young man go into his wallet, pick out his national ID. And say, oh, me want $18,000 a day. She give him the key. The man gonna drive the bus. It's when the police stop him downtown. You know the what the park name? The country bus park, right? The lady found out that the man don't have no driver's license. He just showed the after 3 days, you know, national identification. So you will be charged for aiding and abetting. So the owner for the bus plus the driver of the bus, all gone.
Anyone else in the audience might have a question because we need to. I see someone there. Just stand. Go ahead.
Yes, the question that I want to
Put the
ask
mic right to your mouth so we can hear you.
The question that I want to ask is the fine for the driver and the passenger.
Sorry?
The fine for the driver and the passenger for seatbelt.
Okay.
Fine.
Seatbelt fines?
Not sure.
$2,000. $2,000 is a seatbelt fine. So.
But it's 4 demerit points on your license.
And you lose points. So we have to be very, very careful.
In addition to the fine, they get demerit points. And if you have a chat, well, let me not touch a chat, the one for children, but the seatbelt. So you get points for the driver not wearing a seatbelt, and you get points for the passenger not wearing a seatbelt also.
So listen, don't make people come in your car without putting on them seatbelt. Even at the back seat, they have to put on them seatbelt because you are responsible.
Question.
Make sure you put a seatbelt in your back seat. You buy one from the auto shop.
Question.
You see how much we're learning in this church today about the new Road Traffic Act. You see what profit is about. You see what the holistic way in which this ministry operates. Because we make sure we're teaching you, we're getting the information from the relevant authority. If people in your car and them even sitting on the back without the seatbelt on, it means that you're going to lose demerit points off for your license. Everybody in the car needs to have on their seatbelt.
Just to clarify, so if 2 persons, coming to your question, is if 2 persons in the car, or let's say 3 persons without seatbelts, right? So you can lose your license for a very long time because the points, yes. But just before you tell how much years you can lose the license for, if you bought the car unfitted with seatbelts in the back, that means there's no seatbelt in the back. It's hard for the officer to charge you for no seatbelts in the back. But in the front, fine. As a matter of fact, I don't think we're going into the full rollout of the law in terms of seatbelt in all the seats. I think the focus right now is on the passenger front seat and the driver. If I'm wrong, tell me, officers.
Question, sir. I am driving my car. Right here.
Oh, go ahead.
I am driving my car. I have on my seatbelt. However, I have a passenger in the passenger side. And I told him to put on his seatbelt. However, he said he's not going to put on his seatbelt. We're tapping eyes and drive the car. So how me deal with that? Me not take a ticket for him, you know, because me tell him to put on for him seatbelt. So we know how we deal with that now.
Come out of my car. I'm not taking the ticket for you.
Officer say better refuse to carry because the law is the law. And so there's a question. Listen everyone. We soon wrap up. But it's getting very interesting. Here it is. The question is explain body protrusion under the new Road Traffic Act. There are people who drive with them arm on them door
them head out.
And them head outside. Or is body protrusion when you put your hand out again with wave, make right turn signal and all those things. What is body protrusion, please, officer? Because we really need to understand this.
Right, you have mentioned it. Body protrusion is where a section of your body or a part thereof extend from the vehicle, meaning your arm, you have your arm on the outside through the window. So instead of having your total body parts in the vehicle, you have a part of your body outside. So you might be driving and you have your right arm extend, or if a left-hand drive vehicle, the left arm might be through the window. Now when you have a part of your body extend from the vehicle, that is the offense of body protruding. And it can move on to like bus operators, conductors. You might see them hang on to the vehicle, yes. 1 foot on the vehicle, and they hold on and have more than half of their body outside. That is body protruding, and that should not be. It is an offense, and it is known as body protrusion under the law, and it should not be done.
So nothing changed with you putting your right arm out and indicating. That's fine. That is not body protrusion.
You can use your arm to indicate, and nothing is wrong with that. But then again, you can identify the difference when a person definitely have his body driving with part of his body on the outside, other than when he's actually giving an arm signal. You can identify the difference.
Wonderful. Anyone else has somebody at the back? Go ahead.
Good afternoon. I have 2 questions. The first one is, when you lose points off your license, how many points you lose for your license to finish and how long you can take to get it back?
All right. So it's not lose, you gain the points. So 10 to 13 points, 6 months suspension. 14 to 19 points, 1 year suspension. And 20 and over, 2-year suspension. And in some cases, the courts can order that your license be revoked on certain circumstances. Now, it depends, dangerous driving and causing death by dangerous driving, things like that. And driving under the influence, yeah. Also, under the New Road Traffic Act, for persons, let's say you have accumulated 0 to 9, you have 0 to 9 points on your license within 15 months. After that 15 months, those points would have been expunged from your license. But once you have 10 to 13, 6 months, 14 to 19, 1 year, 20 and over, 2 years, and the Island Traffic Authority, under the new act, will be transforming into a statutory body that will give power to suspend the licenses. So you'll be getting a notice of suspension. So once you have reached 10, the TTMS system, the TTMS will trigger that this person has 10 points, so immediately 6 months suspension. Failure to surrender your license to the Island Traffic Authority once you have received that notice is a fine or imprisonment.
Let me just ask, because BCS is here. This is another question you had, right?
Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Would you have to go back to driving school after you suspend your license?
Yeah, the law speaks to that also. So if I remember correctly, I think when you have had over 20 or more points, you have to do a course on road safety by my unit. And you will also have to go to driving school to get back your license. So in addition to the driving school, you have to do a session on road safety and the effects of dangerous driving and all of that.
Is there any effect on our insurance if the license is suspended from the insurance point of view? How do you guys deal with that?
You will be excluded from driving. We issue policies in accordance with the law. So if it is that your driver's license is revoked or suspended, then you cannot drive that vehicle. And so what will happen on our end is that we will take your name off your policy as a driver. You will have to name someone else to drive for you. And that will also impact your discounts depending on the reason why the license was taken. For example, if it was removed for careless and reckless driving, you might find yourself in a position where you're unable to find insurance because we're not going to be supporting that kind of behavior. And so there will be consequences there as well.
So that's very, very serious. And I'm sure if your license is suspended and you're driving, meeting an accident, then you realize when the insurance company recognizes that it was suspended, you won't be getting that claim. So please understand how important that is. I see another hand somewhere over that side. Where's the mic?
Yes, the second question. Private motor vehicle and you you have a private motor vehicle and you want to run down to the hardware to pick up 2 bags of cement. And the police should stop you and see that cement in your vehicle. And them ticket you for it, not in having a green plate. Points will come off your license.
Don't know what kind of weight you can carry in your vehicle, officers. Talk about, I don't know if...
I think he mentioned carrying cement. In his private motor vehicle? Right. If you are carrying cement in your private motor vehicle for your private purpose, then obviously I don't believe you will be ticketed for that. Because it sounds like something very private.
I think
for you to be ticketed, there must be some indication of where the offense has committed, whether or not you are receiving reward if you carry goods. No, that's the only time you should be ticketed. Now, there are 2 types of road license as it relates to commercial. You have a private and you have a CMC. But as it relates to your question, carrying cement in your private vehicle for your private purpose, I don't believe you should be ticketed.
Officer, if I'm correct, I think the only way he could be ticketed is unless he's carrying dangerous goods, transporting dangerous goods without permit. But cement wouldn't be considered
dangerous good. He said cement.
Yeah, man. So I'm saying the cement wouldn't be dangerous.
No,
it wouldn't be a dangerous
cement
good.
is not considered dangerous.
Yeah. So anything like explosives or so, then yeah.
Go ahead. Just stand. Yes. Ask your question. Put the mic right to your mouth. We can hear you.
Yes, on the platform.
Go ahead.
Officer, Miss Wolf. I'm Miss Wolf from Wolf's Garage. Yes, I went to the wharf just a while ago and carrying a barrel, of which is my barrel, in the taxi. So how about that now? Tell me.
You got a ticket?
No.
Oh, you didn't get a ticket?
No, it's my vehicle. I'm going for the barrel in Kingston.
It's your
so
vehicle,
should I take another vehicle with CC to go for it?
No, you're carrying your private goods.
Eh?
So if you go...
What you say, sir?
Yes, you're driving your taxi.
Yes.
Right, and you go to pick up your barrel.
Yes.
And the barrel is your private thing.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I just that I want to know.
No, man, I don't believe the police will be ticketing you.
No, but some of them so stupid.
No.
Some of them so stupid.
Well, it might be a discretion from some police. Listen, the officer is saying that particular activity normally wouldn't be ticketed. So we don't mind if you have some police personnel who know you and decide that you and them not get along and they want to ticket you. I'm just kidding. No. But I don't know that the police should be ticketing you. So hopefully you don't get no ticket because you're carrying a barrel in the car going home.
And right now, from 1993, I hold a license and never in an accident.
Wonderful.
But
You are a road star.
Only thing, they always charge me for disorderly conduct.
Lord Jesus. No wonder you're at church. We have a bottle of olive oil for you. Please buy a bottle of olive oil before you leave. You need another bottle of olive oil. All right. Can I thank you, everyone? This is what we're going to do. I want to just, we're just wrapping up now. So I want you to, before you go, the rain is falling, but we have a lot of resources outside. Please go and find out from Victoria Mutual. You'll be surprised where you can get a mortgage. You'll be surprised. It's not as difficult as you think, right? Or you can get a car loan, or you can start an account, or you can have your a pension. Also, we want to thank Fesco. Fesco gave us some. I know you got some air fresheners, right? Who got air fresheners? Compliments of Fesco. If you got those air fresheners, it's sent down for profit to give out, and they gave you some air fresheners. So we really want to thank them for that. All our sponsors, come give them a clap, now, man. We want to thank this house that accommodated us. This is the largest town hall meeting we have had so far. Even the one in Montego Bay, this is just two of it. So Maypen Senior Soup is the largest town hall meeting we have had of all of them across Jamaica so far. So Maypen, come on, man. Clarendon people, mid-country people, give yourself a round of applause. And we're so grateful for that. But please, just make your way on the outside. Talk to these financial professionals. They're there to help you. Talk to them, please. Get some more And there are road safety flyers outside. We want you to get those flyers. So guys, just go to your booth, please, so I'm ready to accommodate all of these people. Senior Soup, we just want to wrap up just 2 minutes, thanking Mapen and telling them how grateful you are that they're out, sir. And that's it.
No, I just want to continue to encourage the citizens of Clarendon and just ask them to continue to support us, the police, as we continue to provide security for you in this parish. As we say, I just ask you just to support your local police in your respective station area, and just continue to support them. We want Clarendon to be one of the places that everybody wants to live, work, and raise their children. So continue to support us as we continue to support you. Thank you.
No one leaves yet. Just want to hand over back to my prophet, man of the house, who welcome us in this. Come, let's put your hands together for prophet to welcome Senior Soup, everyone else. This is the man of the house, and I'm so grateful that we're all here. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and my ex-English guests, we give them a mighty hand. Give them a mighty hand. Said, I am blessed and highly favored. I am great. I am wonderful. I am awesome through the eye that I am.